Hi boys and girls, this is Miss Brewer again with another screencast. Today we're going to focus on Eagle reading. I'm going to show you how to access your Clever account, and through Clever you can get to the ARC bookshelf. When you go to the Smyrna School District webpage and you hover over Employee Center, click on District Resources, the second button that pops up on this side is going to be your Clever account, which is your Smyrna Eagles account. When you go to Clever, you are going to find that you might have your teacher's class page and some district resources, but you want to focus today on the ARC bookshelf. That's going to bring you some really great books for Eagle reading. When I click into the ARC bookshelf, I can see on the left side of the screen here, you can click all of the different Eagle reading levels, and a bunch of really awesome books are going to pop up that you can read right from your computer or your tablet. I'm going to share a 2R book with you today, and because we are working on weather in science, I wanted to share this book with you, An Amazing Adventure Through the Water Cycle. In ARC Bookshelf, you have some really great features. This button right here will just take you to the next page. Another feature that I love is seeing how many pages this book is, so I know how much time I have to be reading it. This one is 1 out of 20, which we're on the cover page right now. And then you can switch here so you can decide how you want to view your book. If you want to zoom it, have 2 pages, or fit 1. I'm going to click this next arrow so I can get started with today's reading. An Amazing Adventure Through the Water Cycle. Here's the table of contents so you can see what we're going to be reading about. And I'm going to start here for you. The water cycle. This is Earth, the planet we live on. See all that blue? That's water. It covers most of the planet. The amount of water on Earth always stays the same, but it's constantly moving through what's called the water cycle. Let's take a trip through the water cycle to find out how it works. Hello, evaporation. I'm a water droplet. I was floating in the ocean on a very hot day. The sun was shining on me, and I started to get very hot. Here's a really great illustration. Suddenly, I disappeared into the air. I had evaporated. That means I turned from a liquid into water vapor, which is a gas. Now that I was very light, I floated high up into the atmosphere. That's the blanket of air that surrounds the Earth. Up, up, and away I went. Condensation. As I got higher and higher into the atmosphere, I started to get cold. Brr! Being cold turned me back into a water droplet. That's called condensation. You can see condensation if you put a glass of ice water on a table and wait. The water vapor in the air gets so cold near the glass that it condenses into water droplets on the outside of the glass. I met up with a lot of other water droplets in the air. Together, we formed a cloud. Here I am. At first, the cloud I was in was white and puffy. There was plenty of room for me and my water droplet friends to move around. As more and more water droplets joined us, though, it got really crowded. The cloud we were in turned gray as all of us were pushed closer and closer together. Precipitation. Then we got too heavy for the air to hold us up anymore. The other water droplets and I started falling back to the ground as a rain shower. Water that falls from the sky is called precipitation. Can you name other types of precipitation? Good job. Here are some examples. Snow, sleet, hail, and rain. The trip didn't take long, and soon I was back on the ground. I looked around and saw that I was on a beach. Before I could do anything, a wave crashed into me and pulled me into the ocean. Collection. I was back where I had started. This part of the water cycle is called collection. That's when lots of water droplets gather together in oceans, rivers, streams, or even puddles. We may stay there for a long time, or not very long at all, before some of us evaporate again. Around and around. The water cycle has no beginning or end. Water is constantly collecting, evaporating, condensing into clouds, and falling from the sky all over the world. So here in the picture, you can see that the cycle always continues. The same water has been moving through the water cycle for millions of years. In fact, the water you drink today may have been a dinosaur's drink a long time ago. Can you imagine that? Did you know that the total amount of the Earth's water does not change? The water we drink is already billions of years old. Raindrops fall to Earth at speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. 97% of the water on Earth is salt water, and hot water is heavier than cold water. We're going to continue with some awesome facts here. The human body is 50 to 75% water. The average human brain is about 70 to 80% water. Jellyfish are 98% water, which will evaporate if they wash up on shore in the sun. Making one sheet of paper takes more than 2.5 gallons of water. And the last one, more water is used to build a car than to fill many backyard swimming pools. I hope you enjoyed those facts and learned something new, because I know I did. Here's the glossary. So throughout the story, there were some words: atmosphere, collection, condensation, evaporation, precipitation. And here are some examples and pictures. And the glossary provides us with definitions of those words. Here are the resources about the author. So this section tells all about the author and more about this book. And this is the closing back cover. I hope that you enjoyed this story today, and I hope that you join our YouTube channel and subscribe and see more screencasts and read aloud videos from myself and the other third grade teachers. Please remember to use ARC Bookshelf because there are lots and lots of really awesome books that we hope you are reading at home. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you next time. Stay safe.